Okay, so that is called a prose. Okay, so nothing gold can stay. When you analyze a poem, we said step one was what? Do you remember?
Read it.
Yep, and then?
Read it again.
Yep, out loud. Good. Reread out loud. And step three was?
Read it one more time.
Read it one more time. Sure, but then we have to find the ideas or the themes, right?
Thesis.
Close. Firstly, I want you to find the idea or themes. So I will summarize this as a summary. What do you think the text was talking about? That is what I'm asking you. What do you think Robert Frost was trying to say in this? What is the purpose of his essay? Do you think he just wrote 50 words and won a Nobel Prize? How did he... What was his approach for this?
I'm not really sure.
Not really sure? Okay, so in this essay, we call that the summary or the author's purpose, right? If you were going to write a song, if you wrote like Justin Bieber's Baby, what was the purpose of that song?
To entertain.
Okay, entertainment is one factor, but for him, it might be for him to reminisce his youthful love or something like that, you know? Or if it was a song like, my brother listened to a song called It's Raining Tacos. Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's raining tacos. It might be to demonstrate your love for tacos. I don't know. Or it might be a satirical take on niche foods. Okay, so at the bottom I gave you the summary. Can you read that out for me?
Nothing gold can stay. Summary.
So this is the conversion of this poetic language into normal language, okay?
In early spring, the fresh buds on the trees are gold. This color is the quickest to disappear from the natural world. However, the fresh blossoms on the trees are flowers, but these flowers disappear quickly too. They turn into leaves that fall into the ground, just as mankind fell from the paradise of the Garden of Eden, and just as the promising early light of morning gives way to daytime, nothing beautiful, fresh, or pure can last forever.
What is the Garden of Eden? You saw that there, right? Can you highlight that? What is the Garden of Eden?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So you guys said you weren't religious before. The Garden of Eden in Christianity is, do you know Adam and Eve?
Yep.
Who are they?
Two people.
Two people?
Yeah.
In the Christian faith or religion, Adam and Eve were the first people created by God. And they created them in the Garden of Eden. What happened was they ate the cursed fruit after getting coerced by the snake. And then what happened was the Garden of Eden fell. So in this text, Robert Frost was symbolizing the youthful and beautiful nature of whatever you find beautiful to be very temporary. Beautiful things are temporary. So if you want to summarize this text, you can say, Robert Frost is trying to say, beautiful things don't last forever. Okay, good. So I wrote below here a few quick talks about mortality. So what does mortal mean? You're a mere mortal. What does that mean, to be a mere mortal?
Just like a person.
What does immortal mean?
You're God-like, kind of.
Immortal means you can't die.
Yeah.
Mortal means
You can die.
you can die. So he's comparing life to be a temporary stay on the planet. Okay? So here I mentioned this poem unfolds the idea of change and decay. The poet represents the cycle of nature with a philosophical twist by changing the nature of beautiful objects. He argues that just as flowers live for only 1 hour, the most beautiful and happy moments of life also fade away. Therefore, these happy moments should be recognized and appreciated before they lose their charm and glory. There's an English phrase called, what is it called? Don't take things for granted. It's very similar in this. What does it mean to take things for granted, Iris?
Just like, oh yeah, I got $1 million, whatever. Kind of.
Close. It's like, okay, you go to the toilet right now, you take a number 2, and you use what?
Tissue paper.
Tissue paper. What happened recently? Coronavirus. Normally, you just disregard tissue paper, right? You'd be like, oh, whatever, it's just tissue paper. For me, I was running out of tissue paper, and I got down to my last roll, and Woolies was still out of stock, and I realized, oh no, I took tissue paper for granted. I was like, should I start using my clothes? What should I do? My feet? You know, so that is what it means to take things for granted. Something that is actually necessary in your life, but you don't really realize it until it's gone, right? Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
What does a theme mean? Do you remember? What is the difference between a theme and an idea?
Idea is something that you have. The theme is like the theme of the text.
So idea is real life applications, and theme is the application in the literature. So literature just means the writing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what is the idea in the text? We call that the theme. The theme is transience. I highlighted it up here. Okay, can you read this for me? This paragraph. Hopefully it's not too small. Can you read it out?
Transition, transience, and nature are the major themes of this poem. The writer concentrates upon the loss of beautiful and good things that eventually disappears. He has used seasons and nature to create a tangible picture in the reader's mind. The readers can imagine how gold bud transforms into green leaves, implying how hours of pleasures slip away in the hands of the ever-changing cycle of time. Therefore, one should value the beauty around them before it disappears with time.
Yeah. So what did you get from that in your own words? What is the theme of this essay?
That you should take things for granted and
You shouldn't take things for granted.
I mean, oh yeah, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't just be like, whatever. Yeah, right. So you should understand everything will fade away soon and treat things for the beauty that they have. So I've read a few literary devices. You said you got what? You got rhyme,
Yep.
repetition, and enjambment. Okay? The poetic devices here are rhyme scheme. So we have couplet, rhyme. I'll talk about these. And rhyme. And did you get any literary devices? You said enjambment. I didn't find any enjambment, but we'll go over there.
No,
Where's enjambment?
oh, like the comma.
Oh, so enjambment is when there is no comma. So I might break grief down to here. So Eden was sank to grief. Okay, I purposefully put it at the other line, even though it doesn't look natural. What does it do to you? It will sort of scare you. Be like, why did the author do this? What is this? Right? Am I meant to read it continually? So it creates a break in the reality. Okay. In terms of this, what is a literary and a poetic device, Darius? That's what I wanted to cover today.
Literary devices are found in like all texts. Poetic devices are solely found in poetic texts.
Poetic text? Yeah. Okay, so literary devices are tools that allow writers to present their ideas, okay? I included it up here, but it is a tool in their words, okay? Poetic devices are more so structural, or they're more so on the nature of words. For example, rhyme scheme, syllables, we call that. Shakespeare uses something called iambic pentameter, okay? In here, there was an iambic trimeter. I don't expect you to know that, but try to read this. Her hardest hue to. Can you read that?
Her hardest hue to hold.
Her hardest hue to hold. Okay, can you see how it's sort of stressful to read that? Read it again.
Her hardest hue to hold.
Her hardest hue to hold. Okay, it's like a triameter. Okay, and there's something about humans with number 3. We call that the use of the trilogy effect. Okay, so you might see, I was first, I was the best, and I am the fastest. You know, if someone wants to repeat something, that's how they would emphasize something, using a trilogy. Okay, so good. So poetic is something to do with structure or the nature of words, like rhyme, or you said rhyme and repetition. That would be literary devices, okay, because it is on the actual words. So for example, let's cover some techniques here. What is consonance?
Repetition of constant sounds.
Okay, so what is a consonant?
It's like
Do you remember?
every letter.
What is a vowel?
A, E, I, O, U.
So what is consonant?
Every letter other than that.
Every letter other than vowel. Good. Okay. So for example, in dawn goes to day, where was the consonants? Can you tell me? So dawn goes down to day.
Every second letter in every
Just
word.
dawn and day. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Consonants
yeah,
is
yeah.
duh. Okay. Good. No. Consonants at the very end of the word. Sorry about that. So consonants at the very end of the word. Alliteration is at the beginning. So D and D was alliteration. Consonants was dawn and down. Okay, can you hear the N sound? So I highlighted it here. Can you see that? So dawn goes down to day. Okay, so it's a repetition of the N sound. Okay, what about alliteration? It is to use the same sounds in the beginning. Okay, so what is the end again? Do you remember?
The end.
Using a consonant sound is called?
Consonants.
Nonce. Okay, and at the end we call it? At the beginning we call it? What do we call it in the beginning? So D and D. alliteration.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what do we call it at the end?
Consonation.
Consonants.
Consonants.
Okay, and at the end it is?
At the beginning.
At the beginning it is?
Alliteration.
Good. At the end it is?
Consonants.
Good, you got it. And the beginning?
Alliteration.
Good, okay. We're almost done. 5 more minutes, okay? Give me 5 minutes. What does imagery mean?
Imagery is used
In your own words.
Basically just to like give readers like a better understanding.
So it's anything that appeals to the senses. So I might say, I walked into Darius's house. The smell of tacos was overwhelming. The rain droplets prickled my skin. The heat from the house burned my eyes. Something like that. You can see it appeals to the senses of scent, vision, and tactility. Okay? Can you feel it? Can you see that? So imagery is used very commonly to allow readers to get more involved in the text and to for the author or the poet to really deliver a stronger meaning, an emotional meaning. Okay? Good. Personification, do you know that?
Yeah.
What is it?
To give like a pen flying powers. I mean not flying. Like talking ability.
Person.
Yeah.
Person powers. Good. So it's to give something that is inanimate human qualities. Okay? What is illusion?
Illusion.
So if in the beginning of the day I said, Darius, ha ha ha, you're screwed. And then at the end of the day, I knocked you out. Illusion is to allude to something. So it's to give you a hint that something's going to happen. Okay? Does it make sense? So if you've seen Batman in the beginning, what happens? He falls into a hole and he's scared of bats. That is an illusion for him to overcome his fears. What is a bat symbol of? Why does he dress as a bat? Do you know?
Because he flies like a bat.
He's scared of bats. Did you know he's scared of bats?
Yeah, but
Yeah, he's scared of bats, so he wants to overcome his fears by becoming it. They say if you can't beat it, join them. There's a phrase. So it's a lot of these literary devices in Batman. Alright? What is paradox? I don't want to do paradox, it's useless. But it's like saying, nature's it's like saying frozen sunset, something that's impossible, or painful love. That is an oxymoron, but it's also an example of a paradox. Make sense? And metaphor, what is metaphor?
It's like it's opposite of simile.
Not opposite.
Not like opposite. Like,
they do the same thing. What is the thing that they do?
a simile has like an as, and metaphor
Yes.
it has like comparison.
They're both comparisons.
Yeah.
Metaphors directly compare. So I say, Darius, you're a sloth today. What does that mean?
I'm tired.
Yeah, no, you're slow, but yeah, tired would Darius, you're alright. You're tired, bro. Or something like that. You're out of oil, Darius. I'm directly comparing you to a car. Right? So great. Illusion, metaphor, symbolism. Symbolism is to use symbols, right? So for example, one is Mother Nature. We're symbolizing nature as a
Mother.
yeah, like a mother. Why? Because it gives birth to things, right? Okay. Other than that, a couplet is like, so for example, I say dog and frog. That's a couplet because they rhyme together. Make sense? Great. Okay. So how was all of this, Darius? Do you remember this now?
Yeah.
This. And iambic trimeter, we covered that before. Okay. And then I covered Garden of Eden, right? I think I covered a major theme. So Garden of Eden was here. This is just a religious allusion to Christian faith. Okay. Does that make sense? So for homework, what I want you to do is I'm just going to quickly tell you, and you can do it in your own time, okay? Is that okay? Analysis, I want you to identify a few more, okay? Do you remember for a pure paragraph what we need?
Point, explain, example, link.
Yes, good. I want you to, for homework, I want you to write an intro. I want you to do this to me by Saturday. Is that okay?
Okay.
So that's in 2 days. I want the intro of your analysis for this text. What do we need? We need the context.
And 5W sometimes.
Yeah, yep.
And then your thesis.
Thesis, good. So thesis statement. So that is that. It's like 3 sentences. Can you do that for me? I want a very good one.
Very good thesis.
Yeah, a very good intro. So good context and good thesis. Okay? And for your thesis, you need to allude to your 3 techniques.
That you'll be...
So you can use these 3, but I want you to use something bigger. So I want you to identify a few more techniques. I gave you all these, for example. I'll upload this online. What I want you to say is, Frost utilizes the techniques of text structure. For text structure, you can talk about these 3. Frost utilizes techniques of symbolism. Then you can talk about how he symbolizes mother as nature. He talks about dawn going to day, So, you know, he symbolizes a lot of things, right? And then I want you to talk about imagery or something. So a technique that encompasses many other techniques. Does that make sense? This is due on Saturday, and I'll get in contact with you when others are due. If you need help with it, tell me on thingy, and then just post it in Classroom because my emails are super full, and I'll make a pure paragraph tutorial for you. Yeah, Gucci.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Darius. Good job. Also, a dream within a dream. I need you to do that as well next week. Okay? Keep them in your folder so you know.